Uh, Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well, staying at home safe, keeping social distancing, sanitizing your hands as we try to eradicate this pandemic. I'm really elated to be part of this 2020 Waterford Fair. I'm really grateful. I first want to thank the Laurel Institute for inviting me to this Waterford Fair 2020. So who am I? My name is Samkeliso Dlamini. I'm from Peaks Peak, Eswatini. I did my high school at Mhlatane High School, where I was able to be part of the top 50 student, both in Form 2 and Form 5. Then after that, I applied at the African Leadership Academy, where I'm currently pursuing my studies. I'm currently doing year 2, which is the last grade at the African Leadership Academy. So I just wanna take my time to share how my journey went since high school, applications for universities up until where I am today. So the most important thing that you have to know about our application is that your application journey or your academic journey doesn't start after Form 5. Your university journey doesn't start after Form 5. It actually started in Form 4. So I just want to give you some tips how I went about preparation for all these applications that I went through. So what I did in Form 5, the most important thing to do in Form 5 is to understand that the journey started in Form 4. That's the thing. That's the first important thing. Understand that the academic journey starts in Form 4. Don't start thinking about your universities and your future after Form 5. You'll be really, really, really confused. So, number two, the most important thing that you have to take note of is to choose your selectives wisely. So, in Form 4, there's this thing called, okay, in some schools it's called elective, in some schools it's called streams. So make sure when you choose your streams, you choose a stream that aligns with your passion and your purpose in life. So for example, if you wanna do civil engineering, if you wanna do mechanical engineering, or you wanna do medicine, I'll advise you to pick the sciences, because medicine, for example, needs a lot of biology and chemistry, and civil engineering requires a lot of mathematics and physics. So that will help you even even when you're applying. They will see that, okay, this student has a path, because in some of the interviews after Form 5, when they're interviewing you for university admissions, they will ask you, what did you do in high school? So if you will tell me that in university you want to do chemical engineering, but in high school you're doing history, that won't make sense to them. So not only academics are important in as you apply, so as you choose your streams, and you also have to choose your extracurriculars wisely. For example, if you wanna pursue, I'll keep on making an example of sciences because I love them. So let's say, for example, you wanna pursue studies in mechanical engineering. It would be great. It would be worse to go to join the science club, for example, because you'll find that you have to participate in some competitions such as bridge building, and that is associated with civil engineering, which is kind of focusing on structures and buildings. So even when you choose your sports, do not just choose a sport just for the sake of peer pressure and stuff like that. Choose it with a purpose. Point number three, I'll emphasize the importance of English. English language is very, very important, mostly when you wanna study outside of Eswatini. You'll really struggle, trust me, you'll really struggle if you won't take English serious. Not only writing or reading, but also speaking. It is very, very, very important to make sure that you take English seriously. But I'm not saying you should abandon your home language, is what obviously you really have to know your home language. It's a great thing. So when you're applying to universities, there is this thing called holistic application. Holistic, they review the student holistically. So it means they do not only look at the academics. So that is why I advise you to pick, not only do, you shouldn't only do academics, you also have to do extracurricular activities. Your application will be very, very strong if you do both. So yeah, what I did in Form 4, I just prepared. I made sure that I have my academics are good. I was part of the science club, part of the chess club. You see, I was just sorted. So that is why my journey was just smooth. So moving on to Form 5, I'll emphasize this: for you to be able to succeed, to be able to to go wherever you want to be, you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is everything when you're applying. Because after Form 5, a lot of things happen when you apply. So some of your friends will give up along the way, but if you keep on pushing, um it is really really important to believe in yourself. If you know, if it doesn't come from your inside, you won't do anything, you won't reach anywhere. And having the willpower and the drive, just see yourself somewhere as you apply. Always, okay, sometimes I'll just tell myself that in the next 5 years I want to be at this place doing this and this, you see. Yeah, just have the willpower in you. And also be open. When I okay, what do I mean when I say be open? You do not have to apply to the single university that you like. I applied to over 7 universities last year. I didn't only choose African Leadership Academy. I applied to Minerva, I applied to Waterford, I applied to even University of Eswatini, I applied to a Turkish university, applied to a Taiwan university. When in that way you're increasing your chances. Out of those over 7 schools, I was admitted to 3 of them, and I got full financial aid. So I advise you to be open. Do not look down upon some of the universities. Just apply like everywhere possible. Another thing, the most important thing that you have to take note as you apply after Form 5 is that applications are expensive. Applying is not just an easy thing. So make sure that as you are in Form 5 or in Form 4 or any grade you are right now, make sure that you plan well for applications after Form 5. What I did is that, so my mom used to give us this small pocket money when we went to school. I used to save those like maybe 5 rand per day. And if you can multiply that 5 rand multiply by the number of school days, that's a lot of money. I used to save money because I knew that after Form 5 I also have money for applications. Some of you might be privileged to have, okay, some of you might be have money after Form 5. Some of you have to work for it. I also did some piece jobs. Do not expect your parents to help you. Just do something. Make sure that you are set, because you have to have money for traveling, have money for data bundles. So, you know that most of the things right now is digital because we are staying at home. You have to have money for traveling. Sometimes I had to go to, I was living in Pixpeak, but I have to go to as far as Ndibano and in Babane Library, or to the American Embassy in Zuluini. So I had to have traveling money. Uh, Sometimes it would be difficult, it would be tough. But thanks to the Knowledge Institute, sometimes if they had something, they will assist. But you really have to work hard. Do some piece jobs, just do anything. Because you also need money for printing, for scanning, for doing a lot of things. Lastly, you have to be punctual. What do I mean by being punctual? Take note of deadlines. Do not miss deadlines. Admission officers will be okay, will just see that you're not serious about their schools, you're not serious about the universities if you don't keep deadlines. Time management is very very crucial at this time. It is very very crucial. Oh, I almost forgot something. In everything you do, be polite. Be polite and respectful. Some in some places, when you go to apply, some people won't treat you the way you expect them to treat you, but you always be polite and be respectful, because you are the one in need. You are the one uh who wants to go to their universities, so or we want their scholarship. So be polite. Another important thing I think that can help you, as you navigate the applications, is having connections, having people you can talk to. For example, I joined the Knowledge Institute around October 2018, and they have been of great help. They will help you. They will show you, like they will tell you about available opportunities that you can look at. So yeah, those are the most important things that you have to look at. So I'm just gonna brief you about the African Leadership Academy. So the African Leadership Academy, where I'm currently studying, is just an academy that seeks to um, transform and develop the next generation of African leaders who will work together to address Africa's greatest challenges, achieve extraordinary social impact, and accelerate the continent's growth trajectory. So we're just trying to develop Africa as young leaders between the ages of 15 and 19. So they usually select people who have leadership potential, people who are with like academic achievements, but not like high achievers. If you have all those things that are listed here, like you are between 15 and 19, you have a leadership potential, you have an entrepreneurial spirit, academic achievement, you are good, and you are committed to serve. What do they mean that you're committed to serve? For example, if you, for example, I was part of the Red Cross Society, like you love your community, you always strive to do something for your community or everyone around you, or not per se everyone, but you always strive to do something. And you also you should have the passion for Africa. You cannot just be admitted because you want it's for your own good. No, it's for the whole continent. We are trying to transform Africa. So the application process is kind of have two rounds. They are kind of the same with UWC when you're applying to Waterford, because the first round you're just gonna write 6 short essays just describing something that you did or something that you wish to do that change something that that was impactful to your community. Yeah, just 6 essay. Then there are follow-up questions like what were the challenges, sort of such questions. Then there's the final round. The final round is like a phone interview, usually between 40 minutes to 50 minutes, which is not challenging that much. And you also have to apply for financial aid. So I'll advise you to apply. Currently, the applications are open. They will close. Early decision will close around October. So I'll urge you. It is already open. Start applying now. Start applying now. And you can also apply to UWC. UWC, the placement test is usually written around March. So it will be written around March 2019. I'm not sure how they're going to navigate it because of the pandemic. So that's just the early application. But I did other applications. I applied to UWC Minerva in the US. I applied for the Turkey scholarship, Turkey Basilari. Applied for Taiwan ICDF scholarship, and I got it. I got Taiwan 100%. So it's just up to you. Some of you might be asking themselves, why would you choose to come to South Africa African Leadership Academy? So that is why I ended up putting this. Why A level or IB if you wanna go to UWC? What you have to know is that A level and IB is recognized everywhere in the world. Currently, we here at my school, I told you that I'm doing year two, so we're just preparing for university applications, and we are like now I can go anywhere in the world, uh, the US, Canada, United Arab Emirates, any country of your choice. So A level is recognized anywhere in the world, and it also prepares you for the vigor, like the because in university some of the curriculum is very vigorous. So if you have A levels, you'd be well equipped and you'd be well prepared for such curriculums. So I came to another thing that you have to know. You shouldn't just go straight to university because for the sake of going to university. Sometimes you have to discover yourself. That is why I came to LA. I just wanted to discover myself. I wanted to know what really I was passionate about. So I just urge you to start thinking about it now. And LA has helped me a lot. I've grown mentally. Like I've grown a lot, trust me. So and why do you have to study abroad? Why? First things first. Studying abroad. There is this thing called diversity. For example, here at African Leadership Academy, we have students coming from over 46 African countries and beyond. Students from America, students from France, students from Sweden. student from Morocco, student from these guys that I'm with are from Morocco, for example. So diversity enriches your thinking. You know, my thinking has greatly improved, has been transformed, and I can't even believe myself the way I've started looking at the world. I've started looking at the world different because of this place. It is just amazing. Your thinking would be transformed because you, for example, you'll be sitting at a dinner table with someone from Morocco, someone from the US, someone from Ghana, and those minds, the way they're gonna transform you, it is amazing. Number two, the relationship that you start and the connection. For example, now I have friends all over the world, and they are gonna help you. Like, you know that you can as you continue with your academic journey, you're gonna travel to places and places. So you really need to have people in those places that are gonna help you, so that you can, for example, you won't get lost. So yeah, that's very important. And another thing, studying abroad is a brain gain for a Swatini. You know, um, university abroad, the educational systems is just amazing. For example, if you like doing research, universities they are well equipped with those materials that are needed. So when you go and study abroad, you're gonna come back and use your knowledge to help Eswatini, to take Eswatini to Mammoth Heights. So me and you, if we can come together and strive and go and study abroad, we are actually helping Eswatini, not just ourselves. That is why I said one of our mission at LA is to transform Africa. So it's not just going abroad and studying, then come back without anything. So you're gonna transform Africa. Another thing, the cultural exchange. You know, when you start abroad, you start learning new cultures. Now I can even speak Kiswahili, an East African language. Now I've even started learning how to speak Spanish. You see, you just have, it is amazing just exploring all these things. It enriches your knowledge. Even, sometimes some words, for example, let me just make an example of Siswati and English. You know, some words in Siswati have a different, the way you interpret them or the way you understand them, you can understand them better when they are in Siswati compared to English. So imagine then you are in a community where over like 6 languages are spoken. Wow, that's amazing. It is just amazing, guys. This is a great opportunity. I all advise you to stay focused right now. If you're going to write your Form 5 examination, stay focused, stay put, be focused just for these few months before you write around October. And I wish you all the best as you prepare for academic journey. I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for giving me time. Thank you very much to the Knowledge Institute. They have been a great help throughout this journey. Without them, I wouldn't have reached this stage. I'm really, really grateful. So, everyone, thank you very much.